so I was walking down this way, and I noticed this dude standing over here, and he's looking at me. Well, all right. Quite a few people have been looking at me all the way down. And, you know, that makes you feel good. And so he's looking at me. So I thought, well, I'll go check this out. He had on a Texaco gas station outfit, which I thought was kind of an unusual thing to be wearing up here. But, you know, I've seen stranger things than that. So anyway, we're right over here, and he's standing up against the post. And this dump of leaves wasn't here at the time, but anyway, he's standing here, you know, looking at me, you know, like this. And I smiled again, he smiles. And so I just propped myself up on the fence. He's standing over here, and I said, hi, my name is John. And he, I don't think he told me what his name was. He said hello and so on. Then he asked me, why do I come up here again? I told him the same thing. And, you know, he says, oh, yeah, again, you know, about all the nice people he meets. And it's pretty obvious to me what the guy wants by now. So I said, I could, you know, dig making it with somebody. And he said, what do you like to do? Now, that really surprised me, you know, that somebody would come right up and ask, what do I like to do? But I thought, you know, well, all right. So I said, well, I'm really rather masculine in my orientation. And I figured he'd get the idea. And he said, oh, yeah, so am I. And I said, oh, I wasn't really that attracted to the man. I'm not opposed to, you know, getting screwed, that sort of thing, at all. I can dig it, but not by this particular guy. It just didn't strike me as something I felt like doing. So I said, well, if by that you mean you like to screw guys, I don't think we're going to be able to get it on together. So he said, oh, no, he says, I like to do everything, you know, and he's smiling. And I thought, you know, well, you like to do everything. And, you know, several ideas flashed through my mind. And so at that point, he gets up and he says, well, you want to go for a walk? And I said, you know, man, not in the park. You know, you got to be cool. You know, you get in trouble around here. So he stops and he really looked, you know, disappointed about it. And he said, well, you know, do you live near here? And I said, yeah, I live on Mariposa right down the street. And he says, well, could we go over there? And I said, yeah, you know, all right. And I thought, you know, maybe we could get to talking. And he really seemed lonely, and I didn't have that much to do anyway. So I thought, okay, you know, if you really want to that bad, all right. So we started walking down this way. And I'm just talking, you know, about this and that. Not saying a thing, you know, of a sexual nature at all. And we get, oh, I guess right about in here. I could see my car by then. And some guy, you know, reaches up behind me like this, and he's got a hold of me and pushing me. And I started yelling and screaming because there were some guys standing over here. And I said, do you see what's happening to me? And I said, I'm being unjustly arrested. Now I want you to watch what's happening. And call GLF. My name is Jon Platania, call GLF. And anyway, so they shoved me into the car, took me down the station. I was in the jail.
Jon Platania will be charged with the crime of lewd behavior and solicitation. As of 1971, he can receive a jail sentence of from 1 month to 2 years, depending upon in which state a person lives and on that state's particular laws regarding sexual behavior. A person convicted of private consensual adult sodomy or crimes against nature can be sentenced from paying a small fine to life imprisonment. It should be noted that no state has passed any law applicable solely to homosexuals. Every current sex statute throughout the United States applies to all heterosexual activities not deemed normal copulation.
I was able to ask each one of the jurors, do you belong to any kind of an organization, or do you yourself in some way blanket all homosexuals as being intrinsically bad, as being sinners, as being somehow evil, deranged, more inclined to doing dirty and nasty things, and this sort of questioning. And for each and every juror, we got what I think was a very sincere and honest no, that they didn't see us as some kind of weird, peculiar, deranged, filthy, sinful entity at all. And neither did the court. Neither did the public defenders, which, by the way, the place was packed with public defenders from the building and other attorneys. Everyone was very sympathetic. It became more obvious to me than ever that the real problem, particularly in the city of Los Angeles, is with the motherfucking pigs. I took an affirmative defense, and I accused the police officer of violating Section 647A, which is engaging to solicit someone to commit lewd and dissolute acts. I was able, and not because I'm an attorney, but because what I had to say was true. I was able to pull out the testimony that, yeah, he asked me to walk into the park and into the bushes 3 times. That, yeah, he asked me if I wanted to get screwed, and I told him not by you. I went to trial just as I had intended to. I defended myself, and I won.